a little bit of a rebound in the shares of Glencore today, but maybe you can explain, what is Glencore and why is what happens to the company important to markets?
Well, Glencore is the world's largest commodity trading house. To get a sense, for the commodities industry, Glencore is as big as Goldman Sachs is for the banking industry. They trade most of the global copper, aluminium, products like crude oil, wheat. They are at the center of the global commodity industry. And in our daily lives, we are touching commodities that they probably were traded by Glencore. So for the commodities industry, it's very central. And sometimes it's an indication of how the global economy, but in particularly how the Chinese economy is doing, because Glencore is one of those companies that is very well exposed to China economic growth.
Javier, Glencore's problems, would they affect the economy?
No, they will affect the global commodity markets for sure. If Glencore have a big problem and say, and this is a hypothetical case, but Glencore were to go under tomorrow and Glencore stop existing, that will be a big deal for the global commodity markets. But it will have the implications for the global economy as the global financial crisis in 2008, 2009. Not at all. Glencore goes down there. It's not like Lehman Brothers going under that triggers a global financial crisis. It will be a big event for commodities, not a big event for the global economy.
Ivan Glasenberg, who is he?
Well, Ivan Glasenberg is a 58 years old South African. He's a sport nut. He still runs about 10 kilometers every morning. He started trading coal and made it through the ranks of Glencore. He was a protege of Mark Rich, made it a CEO of Glencore about 10 years ago.
Hey, and now, since then, Javier, I just want to break in because you mentioned Mark Rich, and I'm just wondering if you could describe his relationship with Glencore. How did that all come about?
Well, Mark Rich founded the company that later transformed into Glencore. So Mark Rich left a company was called Philip Brothers in 1974, and he created Mark Rich & Co. That company in 1993, through a management buyout that involved many traders, including Ivan Glasenberg, transformed into what is today Glencore. Ivan Glasenberg was one of those golden boys of Mark Rich, was trading coal out of South Africa, out of Australia, also into Hong Kong, so he knows very well China, and then moved into Switzerland, where the headquarters of Glencore is based, around, remember about 2000, became the CEO of the company, and since then has been transforming Glencore from a trading house into a trading house plus a big mining operation.
Javier, what's the trading risk at this point?
Well, the main trading risk for Glencore at this point is if the banks that support Glencore consumes a lot of capital that doesn't have it. So it just goes to about 60 banks worldwide and asks for credit. If those banks saw a problem with Glencore and decide to call their credit lines, that will be a big problem. But so far I have been talking to the banks and no one is doing anything. There is no sense of panic within the banking community.
Bloomberg's Javier Blas joining us in London. Javier, thanks. And as a disclosure, Peter Grauer, the chairman of Bloomberg LP, the parent of Bloomberg News, is a senior independent non-executive director at Glencore.